What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone that's looking to level up from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is what we do. Being a great freaking person is who we are. And living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how your focus up here, whatever you focus on, it becomes your reality. It really does. And I know it's such a simple concept, but if you aren't present with your day-to-day thoughts, whatever goes up in here in your mind, this can quickly become the thing that holds you back from achieving your next level. Your mind right here. I'll say that again. Whatever you focus on up here, whatever you let stay around up here, whatever you're constantly attention up here, if you're not careful, it's what you end up bringing into your reality. And so motorcyclists know this. I'm a motorcyclist. If you've been watching the show, if you've been listening to the show, you know that I love motorcycles. And so when we take a turn, we all know that you got to look through the turn. Like if the turn is that way, I'm not turning that way and I'm not looking straight ahead. I'm not going to go that way. You must look through the turn in order to go through the turn. All motorcyclists know this. And when you go to motorcyclist school, they teach you this as well. And so it's funny that and it's not funny, but I wanted to start with that because when I got my first motorcycle, this was back fresh out of high school, I got a 2004 GSXR 600, brand new off the showroom lot, first street bike. And I remember I was riding with me. It was my nephew. He bought one too that day. And we're riding with someone that knew a little bit, had been riding a lot more than us at the time. And so we got on the highway and we were going, we were going, and so we take this big turn, and I'm following him, the guy that's been riding a lot more than us. My nephew's behind me, and as we're going, and I'm taking the turn, and the turn starts eating me up. And what that means is that I start going out of the turn, and I start the turn starts. I was about to say eating me up, but I'm here trying to explain it with the same words. Is the turn starts overtaking my abilities. And so instead of taking the turn, I start going out towards the outside. And now what happens is that my focus shifts on where I need to go towards the wall. And I'm like, oh my God, the fucking wall. Oh my God, the wall, the wall, the wall. And before I knew it, I was going straight towards the wall until I freaking snapped out of it. And I was like, nope. And I looked where I wanted to go and I freaking threw that motorcycle to the side and I was able to get out of it. And why did that happen is because I let the fear of taking a turn pull my focus from where we were going towards the fear of hitting the wall on the side. And so when I shifted my focus from where I was going towards the wall, what happened was that the motorcycle started going towards the wall. And so where your focus goes, your attention flows. Here's another quick story about a time when this happened. I was teaching my wife, this was years later, teaching my wife how to ride my Ninja. This was back before she even had her Grom, back before she really knew how to ride. And so she was doing pretty good. And so I remember I was behind her at a light and we're making a left-hand turn. And and I'm laughing because when she listens to this, she'll remember right then in that moment. And she'll probably get mad at me. Why'd you have to share that? But it's all for the good of the cause. So she was making the left-hand turn and I'm behind her. I'm like, all right, she's doing good. She's doing good. And she's going and I see her. And all of a sudden she starts opening up. I'm like, oh no, she lost focus. She's looking at the turn. She's looking at the curb. And sure enough, what ends up happening, instead of turning, she starts going straight, bam, and hits the curb, falls over. Nothing really happens to the motorcycle. She was all right, thank God. It was a very slow fall. But it pretty much drilled in her that day the importance of looking through the turn, of looking towards you where you want to go. Don't let your attention, your focus get altered because you're in fear of what could happen. So when she changed her focus from turning to where she wanted to go towards, oh my God, the curb is right there. Oh my God, I'm going to hit the curb. Oh my God, I'm going to hit the curb. Guess what happened? She ended up hitting the curb. And so, just like how it is in motorcycles, how you must look through the turn of where you want to go, I've learned that life works the same freaking way. It really does. The problem is that most of us, and I'm including me in this example right here, we get so caught up on everything that could go wrong that we end up bringing, without even wanting to, we end up bringing all that fucking crap into our life, into our existence, because we're so busy focusing on everything that we don't want. Like, I'm so fucking guilty of this. And so when your focus becomes, so when I say that your focus becomes your reality, what this really means is that what you constantly pay attention to, what you constantly think about, what you constantly prioritize within your life, what that ends up doing is that ends up shaping your experiences, and ultimately that ends up creating your outcomes. In other words, what that means is that wherever you direct your attention, wherever you direct your energy, what that does is that influences how you perceive the world and the results you achieve. I pretty much said the same thing in two different sentences. Pretty much where your energy goes, your attention flows. And so our thoughts and our beliefs, they really have the power to shape our reality. They truly do. And I used to think this was so much bullshit until I really started reflecting back on all my situations and about what I was thinking about, what I was focusing on. And I realized that when good things were happening, it's because I was focusing on solutions, on opportunities, on what could go right. And when bad things kept happening, I was focusing on all the problems. On, oh my God, why is this happening to me? I was being the victim. I was like, oh, all these fucking problems are here to kill me. Oh, they're here to... And it was all up here. It was all there. Like until I realized that my thoughts, what I was focusing on, were creating the results that I was achieving, whether it be good or bad, is the minute that I realized, holy shit, wait a second, I have some control over this. I really do. And so if you're constantly focusing on the positive results, if you're constantly focusing on having positive goals within your life, if you're constantly focusing on what opportunities you could bring into your life, if you're constantly focused on, man, what solutions can I come up with for this, for whatever's in front of me, then you're more than likely going to notice, and you're more than likely going to attract more positive experiences and more positive outcomes into your life. It really is that simple, and it's really true. And I'll repeat it again. What you focus on, your attention flows. What you focus on, your attention flows. Your attention follows. It really does. So like, here's a good example. And not to say that my other examples weren't bad, because those are all real examples. And I'm giving you real examples that I've gone through in my life. I've been doing Ironman 70.3s. That's technically a half of the real Ironman triathlons. I've done, I think, 4, not 5 by now, over the last 2 or 3 years. And they're a big fucking challenge. It's one of the hardest things I've ever tried to accomplish. It's a 1.2 mile swim, a 56 mile bike ride, and a 13.1 mile run, all back to back. And it's crazy. It's very, very exhausting if you're not prepared. But I'm up to the opinion, and to this point, I still think the same thing, that yes, while you do need to be in good physical shape, I proved this on the first one I did. I wasn't in that good physical shape, but your thoughts, your beliefs, what you say to yourself really impact your ability to, if you can finish that race or not. And so what I mean by that is that on that first one, when I did, it took me 8 hours. And to go to show you how much out of shape I was, that the next one I came in at 6 hours and a half. So that's over an hour and a half cutting off of a time. Like that's a massive improvement. An hour and a half. Most people can't even run for an hour and a half. And I cut an hour and a half off of my total time. Excuse me. So when I was doing that, right, I was constantly telling myself, I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. I was brainwashing myself. I could do this. And I learned this. And at that time, I was reading You Can't Hurt Me, I think it's called, by David Goggins. And And I used the framework that he developed in that book to really accomplish this first half Ironman. But so I was keep telling myself, you could do this, Randy. You could do this. Just to the next over there. Let's go. Like I was looking at a marker and I would chase that marker to the next one, to the next one. You got this. You got this. I was literally coaching myself as I was doing this. You got this, Randy. You could do this. You've been through so much worse. You got this. You could do this. I was literally brainwashing myself of what my brain believed it could really achieve. Because sure, the pain was there. Sure, the exhaustion was there. Sure, the emotions of like, oh my God, I'm not going to finish are there. And I'm going to move straight to that right after this. But I kept on focusing on I could do this, on I could do this, I could finish, I will finish. I remember I kept on chanting to myself, God is with me, God is with me, I could do this, I'm a one-man soldier, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. Like literally brainwashing myself. And guess what happened towards the end? I fucking made it. But in the complete opposite spectrum of a similar scenario, while I was training for that triathlon, and while I was training, I never went the full distance. Like it wasn't until very shortly that I actually started training the full distance prior to the race that I got developed enough physical stamina to actually to practice that. But during those times of practice, of complete exhaustion, and I know you guys have probably been here. You might not have done triathlons, but I'm sure you probably worked out. I'm sure you probably tried to go for a jog. I'm sure you probably tried to go for a run. I'm sure you tried to do some type of physical exertion, lifting weights that felt freaking impossible for you. And if you've been in that situation and you're constantly telling yourself, oh my God, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't lift this weight. Oh, I can't run anymore. Oh, I can't like go on anymore. You're literally fucking programming yourself to not go on anymore. Like it's that simple. And then when I realized that I was the one holding myself back with the thoughts, with the beliefs, with the words that I was fucking letting go on up in here, it's the moment I realized that I had so much more in me to give. I had more in me to accomplish. Like I had so much more fucking in me to do and to like be and to like to achieve. It really is that true. It really is that simple. Your thoughts create your actions. Actually, your thoughts create your feelings and your emotions. And depending on what type of feelings and emotions you have, is if you take action. And so, just like in that example that I had gave about, the triathlon and about exercising and about rather the words that you tell yourself, if I can do this or I can't do this, if you constantly dwell on the negative thoughts, if you're constantly thinking about all the obstacles you have, if you're constantly thinking about, oh my God, this is going wrong for me. Oh my God, if you're constantly thinking about all the limitations that you have, well, guess what? There's a fucking high chance that you're going to find yourself encountering way more obstacles and way more challenges and way more setbacks along the way than you already have. Because what you focus on, your attention flows. It really does. And so you probably might be thinking like, okay, Randy, what does that have to do with any of this shit? Like, and the reason why I said that is because I know I used to say the same thing. Like I used to say things like, man, so what are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying that my thoughts up here and my words really have the power to dictate my future? And I laugh and I mimic because I used to call that shit so much bullshit and so much woo-woo-y stuff and so much crap. But in short, fuck yes, they actually do. They have the power to push you forward and they have the power to pull you back. You see, your thoughts, and I'll say this again because I recently just said it, your thoughts equal the emotions that you feel. Whatever you have thinking up here, it's followed by a thought, whether it be a good thought or a bad thought. And if you think I'm wrong, have a sexual thought and see what that does to your body. That's going to create a feeling. It's going to create an emotion. And so what happens is that those emotions, those feelings, they end up dictating the type of actions that you end up either taking or that you end up not taking. So if you have shitty thoughts, they equal shitty feelings, shitty emotions, and you end up not taking any fucking action because you're feeling shitty. Unless you have massive discipline, then, that's why discipline is so important. And I covered that on a previous episode where I'm such a bigger believer on discipline versus motivation because you're not always going to feel motivated. And when you're disciplined, you can count on always showing up for yourself. But if you have positive thoughts, if you have positive feelings, if you have positive emotions, then what's going to happen is that most likely you're going to take action. And you're probably going to take some massive fucking action. And then when you take action, you take massive action, the progress starts showing up because it just happens. You fucking take action. And that's why everyone says, oh, it all starts in your mind. And it does. It really does. Anything that you see out there in this world was once created by someone in their mind. But if you're not willing to take the actions, it's just going to stay there. It's going to stay in their mind. You know, that's just how it is. So you got to be willing to take the necessary actions so that you can achieve the results that you're after in life. It really is. And I'm smirking because I had just had something that just came to mind. And so we've all probably been through this. You're driving, right? You're driving, whether your car, your truck, whatever you drive, right? And you're going down the road and you see something that appears right in front of you, whether it be a pothole, whether it be a garbage bag, whether it be a bucket, whether it be whatever it is, it appears right in front of you, right? And you're driving, you're like, oh, I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to avoid that because obviously we don't want to hit it. And so what happens is that instead of avoiding it, you end up fucking going right towards it. Like, it's almost like if you're trying to hit it. and it's happened to me. It's happened to people I've been in the car with, and I'm pretty sure it's happened to you. And the reason why it's happening, it's because when we see that object, we're literally, all of our focus, all of our attention goes straight to the object, and we're locked in. And so what happens is you can't drive around it because you're staring at that pothole, that garbage can, that trash bag, whatever it is that you're trying to avoid. You end up hitting it right on because your focus, your attention is directly on it. And so try this next time that you're in the car and something jumps in front of you, or something, piece of paper or a bag or whatever, and you're trying to avoid. If in that moment you can capture yourself and you can be like, oh no, don't look at it, look around it. I promise you that you will drive around it and you will not hit it. It really is. And so just wanted you to remember this. Wherever your focus goes, your attention flows. And so how could you embrace this concept more throughout your days? Like, think about it. Like, for one, I will tell you that it takes conscious practice to make it happen. It doesn't really happen overnight. That example that I was telling you about, next time you see something driving and you want to avoid it, you can see how it's such a simple concept, but it's difficult to see, like, oh my God, I'm not going to hit that. I'm not going to hit that. But our attention automatically goes towards that object. And it applies the same to life. It applies the same to riding motorcycles and taking a turn. It applies the same of achieving your goals. It applies the same of making money. It applies the same to everything in life. But if you can grab hold of your attention and you can redirect it towards what you actually want in your life, this is how you begin the process of actually bringing those things into your reality. And I know it all sounds so fucking simple, but it really is the basis for achieving the things that you want within your life. Like, here's another example, and I don't care to fucking say this, like, I've been there, and if you're achieving great things, you're gonna go through this too. Oh, I don't want to be broke. Oh, my bank account's looking low. Oh, you're constantly thinking about all the obstacles you have, of all the shortcomings that you're having with your business or with your personal life or with your finances, and you're constantly thinking like, oh my God, the gas is so expensive. Oh my God, the groceries are so expensive. Oh my God, I have so little money. Oh my God, I have so this. And you're constantly in the lack. You're constantly thinking about everything that you're lacking. And what happens is that your focus goes on everything that you're lacking. And you start being blinded to the possibilities that are out there so that you can change your shit around. And if you turn that completely the other way around of that example, if instead you focus on everything I do have, you focus on, oh my God, it's not that, I don't have money right now. Oh, well, what do I do have? What solutions can I come up with? Where can I get a side gig? Where can I go get a side hustle? Where can I maybe do some extra overtime? You start thinking about the possibilities, you start creating results within your life. It really is. And so by constantly, consciously directing your attention towards what it is that you want to achieve, or towards what it is that you want to experience from a certain situation that you're going through, you become more likely to actually manifest those desires into your reality. It's so true, my friends. And I can speak on it because I've been applying it into my life, and I want you guys to try it, and I want you to apply it into your life because it works. And it doesn't happen overnight, and it takes a lot of practice. But if you can get into the routine, into the habit of focusing on all the good that you have within your life, instead of focusing on everything that you're lacking, you start like achieving so much more. You start seeing opportunities. You start like, oh my God, everything is connecting for me. And it's not that it's connecting it for you, is that you're focusing on all the good things, on all the things that are going to happen for you, on all the things that are going to go right. You're literally bringing all these positive things into your existence. This is why it's so important to focus and to maintain a positive mindset. Like it really is, you know. And I can sit here. Excuse me. I got excited there, and I was going to say something, but I don't want to say that. I can sit here. Fuck it. I can sit here and I could focus on how long building this movement is actually going to take me. You know, I keep talking about the Live Your Life Wide Open movement. If I sit here and focus on, oh my God, I want to impact thousands of lives. Oh my God, I want to reach someone in every motorsport niche. Oh my God, I want to be able to connect and improve someone's life within every city, within every nation, and eventually grow into the worldwide. Like if I sit there and focus on all the things that I need to do that are obstacles, like it becomes this fucking Mount Everest of a mountain that I have to climb. It really does. But if I sit here and I focus on what's the next step, what do I need to do? Things are going well. You know, I'm just going to focus on impacting one life today. I'm making some person's day better today. And it's going to expand over time. The ripple effect is going to happen. Like, if I just stick to that and I create and I focus on taking the needed actions every day, then you know what's going to happen? Over time, this is all going to evolve. Over time, this is all going to happen. You just got to be willing to focus, to direct your focus on what you actually want. Focus on the opportunities, not on the obstacles. Because time is going to pass us no matter what we focus on. So might as well focus on the things that are going to help you achieve more. It's like, look, we're already on episode number 17. That's crazy. And I Googled this, and you could Google it too. You could fact check me on this. Unless Google is wrong, this is what I found out. The average person quits their podcast before they even hit episode number 8. And we're double that already. We're on number 17 with this one right here. And so I guess it goes to show you that, man, we ain't stopping. We're rolling. We're moving forward. And we're focusing on making an impact, on changing lives, on improving people's situation, on leveling up, on helping raising the bar for what people think a motorsport enthusiast should be like. We're high performance motherfucking people. That's who we are. We love to go fast. We love to do things at a high level. We're high achievers. And I'm fucking driving the flag deep into the fucking ground, the checkered flag, our flag. And I'm diving it deep into the ground, and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want to improve their circumstances. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the fucking world that they wish they were like us. Those of you that made it to the end of the episode, I just want to say you got yourself a win. And I truly appreciate you for spending your valuable time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement right here is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve their situation is the mission that God has tasked me with. We are driven individuals focused on breaking the fucking stereotype and becoming the best version that we can be. Join me on this journey while we help as many motorsport enthusiasts out there to become the best possible versions of themselves that we can imagine. You can follow me on my Instagram. My handle is Wide Open Randy. And if you felt any connection to today's message, I ask that you please share this on your social media story, because those are the actions that really help us spread the message. I'll catch up with you guys on the next episode. Till then, live life wide open, my friends. Peace.